Assalamu alaikum. I'm back again. So we hit a little technical difficulty. Anyways, so if you see my girl in the background, she's napping. So I'm taking this time to chat with you guys about my take on what real autism awareness should be. As an autism mom and a professional who's working with kids on the spectrum for the last about 3 years, I have had my fair share of a real life experience, lived experience, whereby I have seen differences that others are not accustomed to, or they're not seeing the stuff that's going on. Okay, so in that context, I wanted to come in here and then really share with you guys about the real awareness we all should be aware of in this month of April. And this is also a month of Ramadan, and I have made a promise to myself that in this month, and in both Ramadan and Autism Awareness Month being one cusp, I have decided to come in and then share the real side of what autism is, or the real side of what helping your child really means, and how you can totally have the best support for yourself and your child or children on the spectrum. Okay, so let's start. All right, so what is autism? Autism is not a disease that you can cure. It's a neurodevelopmental delay. So for those of you who do not know, a neurodevelopmental delay is something where the neurons of the brain is having delay or difficulty to flourish itself, just like a neurotypical child's brain would. Okay, so the name itself, disorder, means that the natural order is not in progress and there is a pause somewhere, which in my experience, in my faith, and I truly believe that we can start right again with the proper support. Because everybody in this world, even though we accept autism, it's not the fact that we are not trying to help our child on the spectrum, right? So what real awareness is this one. First of all, we need to accept our kid on the spectrum. We as parents, you know, me as a mom and my husband, or you as the mom and your husband, first and foremost as the parents, we have to accept our child's condition. Okay, because if we do not accept a challenge or a project or a test, then we cannot keep going on the journey, right? For example, if you sit on the exam table and then your teacher gave you the scripts and questions and everything, and you are like, nope, that's not me, I don't want to give this exam, why me, why am I giving this test? That's not fair on you or the child itself. Okay, so the process of going about really helping your child is first to accept the child's condition, because when you accept, you then have you do not have that resistance energy. Okay, you do not have the resistance towards finding solution. So autism acceptance should also not look like this. It should not look like you accepting his situation and you're like giving up, like you don't want to go forward, you don't want to help your child be the best version, because you are told that, Nusrat Apu, this is an English live and you cannot just keep on saying me that I need to come in Bengali. I'll do a separate live, so keep tuned for that. Okay, this is my English version one. All right, so what I was saying is, when we are accepting our child, when we are accepting the condition, that's when we will have the mental capacity and strength and energy to go forward with the test. Just like when you are given a test, you just accept that it's your test and you start scribbling away. You use your all intuition, you use your all power, all strength and everything, and put all the hard work into the test so that you come out of it as a winner. Okay, all right, so your child has a neurodevelopmental delay, which can be supercharged, which can be recovered, which can be transformed, which can be done a lot of things. Hello Farzana, thanks for coming here today. Okay, so much like a disorder, your child's condition can be managed properly, can be maintained properly. Okay, so if you are not accepting, then what's happening is you will not want to find the solution, and if you accept and then give up, then also you will not find the solution. You see, both way there is a problem. Okay, so when we are accepting the condition, for example, let's say just for example's sake, because diabetes also is a disorder. So when a diabetic patient gets this diagnosis that he or she has diabetes, so if the person just says like, I don't accept I have diabetes, I'll keep on eating sugar, I'll keep on having my stressful life, I'll keep on hello Charmin, I'll keep on doing all the things that I have been doing because I do not accept my diagnosis. Is that going to help the patient? No. So what will help that person is accepting that he or she has diabetes, and then find out what causes, what can be done to maintain the problem, what can be done to reduce the problems and symptoms that the person is having. Okay, similarly with our children on the spectrum, we need to find out the root causes of why our child's brain is not behaving properly, why our child is not understanding commands, why our child is not having proper executive functioning, motor functioning, and all things in between. Okay, all right, so another piece of autism awareness and acceptability is autism is not a super ability. Just like we are trying to make it way more out of proportion, autism is not a super ability. Tell that mom who has not been sleeping for years, tell that child who has been hyperactive all day long, having 18 hours of sleep awake time and whatnot. Okay, so, and the child is not having social I have people coming in here, I don't know how to do all these things. I am in live. People are knocking at my door. Okay, I have to find out what's going on here. I am doing a live. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyways, life happens and we just need to carry on doing our business. Okay. All right. So autism is not a super ability. It does not mean that your child has suddenly become Superman or a super child. What it means is your child has a lot of struggles, okay? And you or we or the world or the experts and advocates trying to say that this is a super ability and we just have to let them be is not helping the child, it's not helping the mom, okay? So what autism is a different ability. The brain has some different capacity, the brain has some different struggles, which when we help, it will be easier for that brain to catch up, for that brain to be able to sustain and function and be independent. Because if I accept my child has autism, has severe disabilities, learning disabilities, social anxiety and whatnot, then what's happening is I am understanding that he or she will have a lot of struggles all throughout their life, right? Okay, so as parents, as mom and dad, we have our responsibility towards our children to make sure that they can survive on their own and thrive on their own. So our intention in Autism Success Academy is not to just thrive. We are here to not to survive, but to thrive. Okay, so we are all about having that success. And now that you know that this is not a super ability, this is not a disease, neither it is permanent, like a permanent as in like the severity is not permanent, you can recover a lot of things, but it also has a connotation about your child needing that support to be the best version of himself or herself. Okay, I myself am a neurodiverse, I have had a really tough childhood because people wouldn't understand me, I wouldn't understand people, my parents won't understand me, and then I would be physically abused a lot, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, in all aspects. Okay, I was even, let's say, if I had struggles in school, I wasn't able to tell my mom about the struggle, and then my teachers would bully me, my friends would bully me. So I believe that awareness should be the type of awareness whereby the condition is accepted by society, is accepted by human in general, and support is given to the extent and degree and type that the child needs. Okay, that's the perfect world that we want. And as in what happens in life, everything is not perfect, so you have to step up your game and then help your child. Okay, so here are the 5 ways that you can really help others accept your child, and also you can help your child be the best version of themselves. Because I keep on saying about these 5 pillars, that your child needs a good balanced diet and good nutrition, a good source of vitamins and minerals and things that the brain needs to function properly, to catch up on the delays. Okay, all right. So apart from the diet, we have the detoxification, because our world, our life, our food and everything in between has contamination, has chemicals, has toxins, and lots of things going on. Okay, and we know that all those toxins and chemicals affects the brain, affects the body in very negative ways. Okay, so our attention should be to make sure that there is as little as chemical less lifestyle as possible, as natural food, food, and then whatever that we use or wear, everything should be from the nature, or as much as natural as possible. The third thing that we need to make sure and ensure is a holistic lifestyle, because the stress, the anxiety, the modern way of life is not really conducive and conducive for proper development. Let alone, this affects the modern life that we have, like nuclear families, staying in an apartment and not seeing nature for days. That is affecting not just the neurodiverse kids, but it's also affecting neurotypical kids. Okay, so we need to have that holistic lifestyle part in the mix in between. Then we also need to have conscious parenting. What does conscious parenting mean? Conscious parenting is understanding your child's need, understanding how his or her brain works, and giving that brain the support, the understanding, the parenting pieces that is needed by the child to be able to be independent, to be able to flourish, to be able to blossom, to be able to become the best version of himself or herself. I've seen a few more people have joined in. So today what I'm talking about is the real autism awareness that we all should have, because if we do not know what the problem is and we just accept what we are told, then we are just following the blind. The blind, guiding the blind, it's a lot like this. I highly suggest and recommend you all to do your own research, because as I keep diving deeper and deeper into this, I am finding lots and lots more of connection that's missing in the real world. Because when you go to the doctor, the doctors and the professionals, the autism professionals are the people that we go towards, to whom that we go to get the real awareness piece, to really understand what's going on with our child. And if those people themselves are not equipped with all the latest research, they are not equipped with the open heart and the open mind needed, then we are in trouble. Because though they are kind of blind, and then we are just following the blind, so we are becoming blind as well. Okay, and many of these professionals actually don't have autism kids. They do not know how it is to raise a child on the spectrum. They themselves are rarely autism adults, or I don't use the word autistic, so I'm sorry for that if you're not understanding what I mean. So a real autism adult, an adult with autism who has become successful, we should go to those people to understand and help and equip ourselves to help our child to become the best version of themselves, right? Okay, and the fifth thing that I always keep on saying is your emotional health and well-being, the importance of your stability, your acceptability, your understanding, because we are all made of energy, we are all made of vibration. So when I as a mom, if I am not thriving, if I am not happy, if I am not healthy, then I cannot take care of my child properly or give him more than what's needed. Because if my cup is empty, I cannot pour from that cup. So my cup needs to be overflowing, like keep filling, and then there's overflow, and then the overflow you are giving to your child and to this world. That's when you will not feel like you are less, you are exhausted, you are your brain is not working properly, you are super foggy yourself. Okay, so when I was working with my child, initially what happened was I was not accepting the diagnosis. Okay, I was not accepting the diagnosis. I was just waiting for the world to take the problem out of me. I have to be honest, because as I said, in this month of Ramadan, I will be the best honest version of me, and then keep saying what is the truth for me and for those who I serve. And if it resonates with you, then you are my people as well. Okay, so when my son was first diagnosed, I didn't accept the diagnosis. I did not have the courage. I did not have the courage to accept my child's condition, accept my child's situation, because I, as a neurodiverse, I know how hard that is, how painful a life is when the world doesn't understand you and you do not understand the world. Okay, so that went on for about 2 years, and then slowly, bit by bit, I was like, this is not working for me. Waiting for official diagnosis, waiting for official people to step in, waiting for the protocol that's going on that we should follow. Because whether you are in Bangladesh or in any other country of the world, everywhere we have similar sort of treatment or facilities for autism. Okay, so I stopped waiting for others to help me. So I accepted my child's condition, but I did not accept that his condition is permanent, because I had it in me. I felt this urge that I really need to help my son to thrive, because if I am dead, if I'm not here, then who's going to take care of my child? Even if not like me, at least I couldn't bear with it that my son would always be under someone else's, under someone else's, I am in lack of better word, I just sometimes, I still feel like there is a part of me which is still traumatized, because nobody wants to have a struggle, nobody wants to have an exam which we do not know how to answer. We are not prepared for this test. Let's say we studied all night, 9 months for math, 9 months for chemistry, and then on the exam day you are given math paper, and this is your final exam, and the result affects you for your entire life. Okay, so yeah, the fifth point that will really help you be aware of what's going on and really help your child is you understanding your emotional health and well-being, because you need to create that boundary, you need to create that acceptance inside of you, and then only people will understand and give you that. Because if we feel like just because I am an autism mom, others will understand my problem, it's not going to happen. Nobody understands nobody else's problem or business. You have to be the one taking full responsibility, because we are 100% responsible 100% of the time. How so? So you are responsible in the way that life can happen to you, but you have to have that faith and thought that life happens for you. Life does not happen to you, but life happens for you. So whenever something happens, we can do it in the two way. Either we just reject the happening, okay, or we accept it and then we give our best shot. Okay, so that's how we are responsible, because something can happen to me, but it's how I react to it determines the result, the outcome, the end goal. Okay, all right, so with that being said, I wish you all happy Ramadan. I wish you all, moms and dads and grandmas and anyone who's listening to me and who will be on the replay, please use hashtag replay and let me know in the comment if any of this resonated with you. If you truly believe that your child's brain is not permanently disabled like we are sometimes told, because until the age of like 7-ish, the brain still has a lot of capacity, is still a lot moldable. Okay, I personally have worked with 9-year-old kids and we have seen a lot of improvement as well. So what I'm saying is, naturally and progressively, brain improves and can be a lot more like supercharged, transformed in the early stages of life. So because that's when the brain is more neuroplastic in nature, that's when you can mold it, reshape it the way that you want or the child needs. Okay, so how you can do that? By making sure that your child has the proper nutrition, the child has a clean environment inside and outside, the child has holistic lifestyle, gadget free, as less as possible, nature playing outside, you giving time to your child. And I sometimes see that some professionals writing in their social media posts that the parents are to blame. They are very angry and very annoyed with the parents wanting their child to thrive and survive fast. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with a mom asking or demanding or commanding their child become the best version of themselves as soon as possible? Because we, alhamdulillah, see a lot of good results in 2 or 3 months, within 2 or 3 months. Okay, so why shouldn't other parents get the same opportunity of experiencing those lovely magical transformations in front of their eyes? So I would also suggest autism professionals to rethink their work, to rethink where they're standing, to rethink why they have started this journey in the first place. Because if you came to this just like a profession, then you need to work hard on yourself. But if you have chosen this sector, this niche, because you really want to help the child, then I beg you to read more, to research more, to understand more on how you can truly help. Just because you were taught some 5 or 6 stuff, or 10 or 15, just because you were taught some modalities and you truly believe and you are very much stuck to this thing that this is the only thing that works, that's not helping our children. Okay, that's not helping our children. So in this month of Ramadan and in the month of April, Autism Awareness, I highly suggest, request, beg all of us who are in this niche, who are an autism mom or a dad or a professional working with a child, to learn more, to understand more, to give more time to read the latest research, to have an open idea, and try to feel how it feels to be an autism mom. Try to feel how it feels to be an autism dad. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much for being here with me. I'll catch you in the next one.